feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me,
and off we go from Las Vegas. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas 1st.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
The straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason. So now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Stevenson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. A chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there. A new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Back to Stevenson on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. He'll go underneath here to Stevenson. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the left hash, this from 39. And this one is right through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Oh, he shifts past him. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow, right side. There's Likely with it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. To the air again, Burrow. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. The Jet passing game in with it. They get another first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football in the field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. The Jets at 13-2 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Touchdown! Christian Watson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
Pass complete downfield, it's Pierce.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
He finds Bateman over the middle. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Burrow looking to pass. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal.
They'll look to run with Hubbard.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And he'll try and throw here on the fake.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go.
Partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him. That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Straight ahead at Stevenson.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
26. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now back to throw. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff, Stevenson.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Nelson Aguilar.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick one-pointers instead of three-pointers.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They go play action with Burrow. Left side, he finds Pierce.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. He finds Pierce, it's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 6.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd down, Williams. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now it's Burrow.
He finds Watson complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Alec Pierce
from 4 yards out.
And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Are we cool to do it here in football, buddy?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Checking this down to Stevenson.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walk the ball, his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Jets will take over.
And New York set to take the field.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Burrow on play action. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. Williams. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here we go with Williams. Williams can't punch it in on 4th and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
He's able to another 3 and out here at some point. Got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line.
Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
Burrow's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Burrow on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 21-13. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. The 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Jets. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 15 now. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. But not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. This is caught. It's Cooks. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 1. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on the secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
The Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter.
They start the second half here with Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Burrow. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Burrow on first down. And complete once again to Watson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Complete to Likely. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll get this underneath to Stevenson.
The 1st down pass. Complete to Ramondre Stevenson. 4 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that away.
I'm sure it was a tough time trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And New York set to take the field.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. Now it's Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They give it to Williams, running right.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The New York set to take the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Burrow looking to pass.
No hesitation, goes right back to Likely.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams.
Taken down at the 30.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Burrow will throw.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow.
Right side to Watson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Williams, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 10-yard line.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
They run it again with Williams. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Williams is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
He completes it to Evans. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Raider.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Checking this down to Stevenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Evans.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
11 more yards. That's another.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
At the 26-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw again. He finds his target. It's Evans. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
They'll set up to throw.
He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He was covered by Patrick.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now it's Burrow.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The tackle by Jordan Davis. 4 yards on the pickup.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try.
Now it's Burrow.
Looking for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Intended for Christian Watson.
And his kick is indeed good.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
Fields it right around the goal line. The Raiders heading out to take over. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Completes it to Aguilar. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's caught by Aguilar. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
And that'll be complete to Stevenson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
A gain of 19 yards.
Got Stevenson again, back-to-back plays.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 2nd and 5. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw here. This is caught. It's Cooks. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll look to throw here. This is caught. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Take it in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. And Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jets, they improved to 14-2 with still one game left to be played in this regular season.
Feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.